After a traffic stop and a gun battle left 2 Christian County deputies dead, another recovering.
First tonight, Houston police searching for a driver they say hit and killed an off-duty Fort Bend County deputy.
A weekend wreck in Robeson County killed a North Carolina state trooper.
BCSO Sergeant Michael Schlattman died yesterday evening after getting hit during a traffic stop on I-40.
Greetings to all of you who back the blue, and welcome to a very somber and sobering Fallen Heroes segment. And I say that because in the last 5 days, 5 law enforcement officers have been killed in the line of duty, and 4 just 48 hours ago. 5 families shattered, 4 agencies in mourning, and 4 communities forever changed. Deputy Gabriel Ramirez, Deputy Michael Hislope, Deputy Kenneth Lewis, Sergeant Michael Schlattman, and Master Trooper Stein Davis Jr. 5 names, 5 heroes.
2 Christian County Sheriff's deputies were killed in the line of duty on Monday afternoon. That was Deputy Michael Hislope, who was 40 years old, and Deputy Gabriel Ramirez, 30 years old. You're looking at those photographs there. Deputy Ramirez on your left, who had been with the department for just about a year, and Deputy Hislope there on your right of your screen. He's been with the department for about 7 years, since 2019.
They were killed in what started as a traffic stop when the suspect, Richard Byrd, shot and killed one of the deputies before running away. Christian County Sheriff Brad Cole says deputies then located Byrd near Reed Spring, Missouri, and that Byrd began shooting at deputies again. Another deputy was then shot and killed.
Investigators say 51-year-old Kenneth Lewis was struck while stopping to help others on the side of the road.
He pulled over to help, and that's when he was hit by a vehicle that didn't stop. Lewis died 2 days later.
Sergeant Michael Schlattman hit and killed during a traffic stop along I-40.
And as the investigation continues into this tragic crash, BCSO and other law enforcement agencies are honoring Sergeant Schlattman.
Today, the North Carolina State Highway Patrol announced the loss of one of their own. Master Trooper Stein Davis Jr. died early Sunday morning while on duty after being involved in a single vehicle collision.
First responders pronounced him dead at the scene. Davis was assigned to the Robeson County Barracks and a member of the 141st Basic Patrol School.
You know, these were not headlines. These were fathers, sons, husbands, brothers, and mentors. You see, they coached youth sports. They worked long shifts. They missed holidays and birthdays. They answered calls in the middle of the night. And when danger appeared, they ran toward it. Not because it was safe, but because it was their calling.
Here we've got these guys that rush into danger like this, and what would we do without them? Just to know what these families are going through. It breaks my heart. The one officer was engaged to be married, and his fiance was expecting their child. It's a horrible story.
I waited 2 days to release this video because I knew the nation's attention would be on the State of the Union address, and rightfully so. That's where the cameras would be. That's where the headlines would focus, and that's where the commentary panels would gather. And you know, I noticed something on February 23rd when the White House held the Angel Family Ceremony honoring families of Americans who were killed by individuals who were in the country illegally. And many major national networks chose not to cover it. And I mention that because it's the same thing that happens when officers are killed in the line of duty. 5 officers in 2 days. That should stop the nation in its tracks, but it rarely dominates a news cycle. It's even more rare that it leads the national news broadcast. And when sacrifice is not consistently shown, when funerals are not recognized nationally, when final calls are not heard, then the public becomes unaware of the true cost. That's why so many Americans are oblivious to how many officers we are losing every year.
I knew some of these people. They were my friends. They were some of the best people you will ever find anywhere.
And when a culture stops seeing sacrifice, it slowly stops valuing it. That's what we're seeing. And that's why I speak out. Because when law enforcement is constantly portrayed as the problem, when sweeping narratives replace nuance, when inflammatory language becomes profitable, the danger doesn't fall on the commentators. It falls on the men and women who put on the uniform and go to work anyway. And now, 5 more families are living with that cost. Because rhetoric matters.
That was his last call tonight. We'll take it from here, and that's always been the tradition in law enforcement around the nation. We have no other choice. That's what we signed up for. That's what we'll continue to do.
Deputy Gabriel Ramirez, Deputy Michael Hislope, Deputy Kenneth Lewis, Sergeant Michael Schlattman, and Master Trooper Stein Davis Jr. Your watch is ended, but your service will never be forgotten. Rest easy, heroes. Your brothers and sisters in blue will take it from here. To the families, we grieve with you. To the agencies, we stand with you. And to the officers still on patrol tonight, we pray for you.
51-year-old Deputy Kenneth Lewis remembered tonight for more than just a badge. He was known for his kindness.
He was over 6 foot tall, but a gentle giant. Someone that always had a smile on his face and a kind word for anyone.
But also for his faith in God.
He was a man of faith, and a man of service. That's the main thing I want everyone to know.
Because their sacrifice is not political. It is personal. It is the cost of protecting strangers. It is the cost of standing between chaos and order.
Deputy Ramirez was always kind to everybody. He was always a friend. Was always there for anybody that needed a shoulder to lean on. Unfortunately, he's not here to do that anymore.
Y'all know I keep it real. Freedom is not maintained by commentary. It is maintained by courage. And courage just paid a heavy price. And for that, their sacrifice should be honored and their legacy should be remembered.
He was real passionate, I guess, about his job, and he was just a go-getter.
I remember him as a cadet and a rookie.
Sheriff John Allen fighting back tears, remembering his friend and colleague.
CSO here, we're a family, we call him Schlattman. It's going to change their lives forever.
This is Support Our Shields. We honor the fallen, we support the living, and we speak the truth, even when it's unpopular. Because silence has consequences. Sadly, at the time of this recording, we have already lost 19 officers in the line of duty this year, and we're only 8 weeks in. Let that number sink in. As you've heard me say many times before, this is not sustainable. So as always, thank you for your continued support, but more importantly, please continue to support our shields. God bless.